deep water right now. The kind that closes over your head and you are not sure you will come out the other side. So stay with me, just for a few minutes, before you go back to fighting for air. I know you came here in the middle of something heavy. Maybe the trouble did not arrive one at a time, but all at once. A wave, and then another, until you lost count. You do not have to explain it to me. You do not have to make it sound smaller than it is. You only have to breathe, slowly, and let these next few minutes belong to you. Loosen your grip on the day just a little, and let me sit here beside you in the storm. Before we go one step further, let me be honest with you, because you have been lied to enough already. What you are about to hear is an encouragement drawn from the Bible, a reflection offered to you in faith. It is not a private message from heaven about your situation. It is not a prediction, and it is not a guarantee that your trouble ends by a certain day. It is simply the old comfort of Scripture, read gently over a heart that is going under today. And there is one verse I want to build all of this on, while the water is still high around you. It comes from the book of Isaiah, chapter 43, verse 2. Listen to every word, slowly. When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee. And through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee. Read it again, down in the place where the fear lives. Notice what it does not say. It does not say there will be no waters. It does not say you will never come near the river, or that the fire will be kept far from your door. It says, when. When you pass through the waters, when you walk through the fire. The promise was never that you would be spared the deep places. The promise was that you would not pass through them alone, and that they would not be the end of you. So let these words reach you the way the Bible offers them, as if the one who made you were leaning close while the waves keep coming and saying this over you. My child, I see exactly where you are standing. I see the water that is already up to your chest, and I see how tired your arms have become. I see the trouble at home that no one outside those walls can guess. I see the marriage that feels like it is coming apart in your hands no matter how tightly you hold it. I see the report you are waiting on, the test result, the phone call you are afraid to answer. I see all of it at once, the way you are carrying all of it at once. And I have not turned away from the deep water you are in. I know what you have started to believe down here. You have begun to think that because the trouble has not stopped, you must be facing it by yourself. But hear me, the water rising is not the same thing as me leaving. You have measured my nearness by whether the storm calmed, and so when it did not calm, you assumed I was gone. But I never promised the river would dry up the moment you cried out. I promised something harder to see and far more steady, that I would be with you in the river while it still ran high. You are not abandoned in this. You are not facing the deep alone. You are not too far out for my hand to reach, and you are not sinking past the place where I can hold you. There is a voice that grows loud in deep water. You have heard it, haven't you? It waits for the moment your feet leave the bottom, and then it begins to speak. It tells you that you will not survive this one. It tells you that this is the wave that finally takes you under for good. It tells you everyone would be freer if you simply stopped struggling and let go. And in the worst hours of the night, it counts your troubles out loud, one by one, so you cannot look away from a single one. My child, hear me clearly. That voice does not know your future, and it does not speak for heaven. It is the sound of fear, and fear has always been a liar in deep water. So when it tells you that you are drowning, answer it with what is true. When it says you are alone in this, the truth says, I am with you in the waters. When it says the river will overflow you, the truth says, it shall not overflow thee. When it says the fire will consume you, the truth says, thou shalt not be burned. You do not have to silence that voice all at once. You only have to stop letting it have the final word. So if you are listening tonight from the middle of something that has not ended, this is for you. If your home has become a place of tension instead of rest, this is for you. If you are holding a marriage together with both hands while it keeps slipping, this is for you. If a doctor said a word that changed the shape of your whole week, this especially is for you. If the troubles came in a flood, all of them arriving before you could recover from the last, this is for you. You do not have to pretend you are handling it well. You do not have to perform calm you do not feel. Come into these few minutes exactly as you are, soaked, shaking, and still here. In the Gospel of Mark, there is a night when the disciples were caught in a storm on the water, and the waves were filling the boat. They were certain they were going down, and they cried out in fear. And the one they woke had been in the boat the whole time, in the very same storm they were in. Notice that. He did not watch the storm from a safe and distant shore. He was in the boat. He was in the weather. He was where the water was coming over the sides. That is the kind of presence I am speaking of tonight. Not a presence that floats above your trouble, but one that climbs down into the boat with you. You are not riding out this storm alone, even when the deck is empty and the night is loud. I want to say something about that word, through. Through the waters, through the rivers, through the fire. It is a small word, and your fear keeps skipping past it, but it is everything. Through means there is another side. Through means the water is something you are crossing, not something you are meant to live in forever. You feel like you are stuck in the middle of the river, and that the middle is all there will ever be. But the middle of a river is not a home. It is a passage. And the same hand that is with you here in the deepest part is the hand that intends to bring you all the way to the far bank. I am not telling you the far bank is one step away. I am telling you the river has one. Now, I know that none of this has made the water lower while you have been listening. Comfort does not always drain the flood. Sometimes it simply keeps you from going under while the flood is still high. The promise does not wait for the storm to pass before it becomes true. It is true right now while you are still soaked through, still afraid, still in the thick of it. These words were written down long before your trouble began, so that they could find you in the exact week the trouble would not stop. So let me say it again, slowly, the way you needed to hear it before you ever pressed play. You will not drown in this, not because the water is shallow, but because you are not in it alone. You have started to believe that surviving this depends entirely on how strong you can be, how long you can keep your head up, how much more you can take. But that is not where your hope rests. Your hope was never in your own strength to stay afloat. It was in the one who promised to be with you in the water. And his presence does not leave when your strength does. When you can still fight, he is with you. And when you have nothing left to fight with, he is with you the same. On the days you keep your head above the water, you are held. On the days you go under for a moment, you are held still. Think back just for a moment on the floods you have already crossed, the seasons you were certain would finish you, the years you did not see how you would make it to the other side. And yet here you are tonight, still breathing, still listening, still standing in the next storm. Have you ever stopped to ask how? How you came through what should have pulled you under? How a strange calm found you on a night you had every reason to come apart? How you woke with just enough strength for one more day, when you fell asleep, certain you had none? The scriptures would say that was not luck, and it was not only your own grit. That was a hand in the water with you the whole time. You did not cross those old rivers because you were a strong enough swimmer. You crossed them because you were held, even on the nights you could not feel the hand that held you. And here is something the fear has been keeping from you, down in the deep. You are not the same person who walked into this trouble. You think you have only been losing ground, but something in you has been growing tougher and gentler at the same time. The patience it takes to make it through one more impossible day, you did not have that before this. The tenderness you now feel toward other people who are drowning, you paid for that with your own tears. The quiet steadiness that gets you out of bed on the worst mornings was forged in this very water, not handed to you on an easy day. Scripture speaks of faith being tested the way gold is tried, and of the testing producing something that endures. The fire was never sent to consume you. The verse you heard says, "You shall not be burned." Fire passes over gold not to ruin it, but to leave it purer than it was. And you are coming through this more real, more compassionate, and more yourself than you have ever been. One day, you will sit beside someone standing in the very flood you are in tonight, and the fact that you survived it will become the reason they believe they can. None of what you are suffering right now is going to be wasted. Let me speak gently to the comparison that has been quietly making this heavier. You have looked at other people's lives, the ones that seem dry and steady and untroubled, and you have wondered why your house is the one underwater. You have asked what you did to deserve a season where everything broke at once. But deep water is not a verdict on your worth. The flood did not come because you failed some test. The rain falls on the faithful and the struggling alike. And being in the river does not mean you were forgotten. The scriptures are full of people who walked through deep water and were never once outside the reach of God in it. Your trouble is not your sentence, and your storm is not your shame. So stop reading this flood as proof that you were left behind. You are exactly where grace can still reach you. And grace has never once arrived too late to a drowning heart. So tonight, in the middle of the water, I am asking you to set down a few things you were never meant to carry across this river. Lay down the belief that you have to be strong enough to save yourself. Lay down the shame that whispers this storm is somehow your fault. Lay down the fear that has already written the ending of this story. In ink, it does not have the right to use. You were not made to swim this river alone, and you do not have to. And about the worst outcome you keep rehearsing in the dark, the picture of how this could all fall apart. Hear this carefully, my child. You do not yet know the end of this story, and neither does your fear. The scriptures say His mercies are new every morning, which means that tomorrow holds mercy you have not touched yet, waiting for you on the far side of tonight. You are bracing for the version of tomorrow that fear painted. But fear has never once been a reliable witness about what comes next. So lay that imagined ending down too. Not because the trouble is not real, but because the trouble does not get to be the prophet of your future. If these words have steadied you, even a little, you do not need to do anything dramatic with this moment. You do not owe anyone a comment to make it count. You do not have to prove your faith to a stranger on a screen. But if you would like, take this quiet pause and let it become a small and honest prayer. It can be as plain as this. Lord, I am in deep water. Be with me here and help me not to go under. There are no perfect words for a prayer like that. The scriptures show God meeting people in groans and in cries and in prayers too broken to finish. Your honesty is more than enough. And if someone you love comes to mind right now, someone who is also going under tonight, you are welcome to pass this message along to them. Not as a demand and not as a chain, just as a hand reached out to someone who is reaching for anything to hold. Now, here is one gentle but important reminder, and I will not hurry past it. Faith is a deep comfort, but it is not a substitute for real help. If the trouble you are in tonight involves your health or your mind or a danger that feels too big to carry alone, please also reach out to a doctor, a counselor, or someone you trust. Faith and help were always meant to walk side by side. Asking for support in deep water is not weak faith. It is wisdom, and it is brave. And before we come to the end, let me ask one simple thing of you. Stay in the boat a little longer. I am not telling you the water has already gone down. I am not handing you a date when the storm will break or a promise about how it all turns out. I am telling you what faith has always whispered to people in the middle of the flood, that you are still being carried, and the crossing is not yet over. You have made it through every single day of trouble that has come before this one. Every one. That is not because the water was kind to you. That is because you were held even on the days you did not feel the hands. And the same hand that has kept you afloat this far is not about to release you in the middle of the river. So when the far bank is still out of sight, stay in the boat. When the water is still rising, stay in the boat. When you cannot see how this ends, take one more breath, take one more stroke, and stay in the boat. So as this message comes toward its close, I want to leave one thing in your hands to carry back into the storm. You are not going to drown in this, not because you are strong enough on your own, and not because the water is not deep, but because of the promise you heard at the start. When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee. Whatever this flood takes from you, hear what the verse refuses to let it take. It will not overflow you. It will not be the end. You are passing through this. You are not staying in it forever. I will not promise you a date. I will not promise you that the loss reverses or that tomorrow makes everything whole again. You have been handed too many empty promises already, and I will not add one more to that pile. But I can leave you with what the scriptures say with full confidence over a heart in deep water. He is with you in the waters. They shall not overflow you. You shall not be burned. The flame shall not take hold of you. So lift your head above the water tonight. Not because the storm is suddenly gone, but because you were never, not for one moment, in it alone. Take one more slow breath now, even here, even now, and let this be the truth you hold on to through the night. You are seen in the deep. You are held in the deep, and you will come through. If words of hope like these steady you in hard seasons, you are always welcome to stay near this quiet corner, where we simply sit with the scriptures together. And wherever tomorrow finds you, and however high the water is when it does, may you walk through it knowing that the one who made you has not let go of your hand. Peace be with you, my friend. Keep breathing. You are not alone in this water.